everybody, and welcome back to All the Mod 7 to the Sky. In today's episode, we work with magic, so we can get ourselves our wither glyphs and soul gems. We get some create up and running, so we can start processing red sand and automated casings and coolant cells. And we also set up some condensers, so we can start condensing endstone and netherrack for all of our other ingredients. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so today we are actually going to be working on a bit of magic, and I have other things I want to do now today as well, if we can have time for it. Today what I want to do is make myself all the wither glyphs we need from Ars Nouveau, make myself all the spirits crystals from Occultism, and if we have time, I want to get condenser set up over here for our endstone and netherrack setup I put down. I want to get the dragon inside the simulator here so we can start making more dragon's breath. And I want to get some create stuff set up today now as well. I want to get myself like automated brass casings, andesite casings, and rose quartz production, as well as getting a spout to autofill coolant cells from industrial contraptions. Industrial contraptions, so we can start making overclockers. Well, not just for overclockers, we're also going to need it for uranium cells to make ourselves nukes, which are needed for, I think, the black hole. Yes, so we need these guys here, which require, as you see, fluid cells. And fluid cells either be manually filled or auto-filled using a spout. So let's start off with getting ourselves actually condensers on this guy. This should be the easiest process first. So all we need to do is go in here, make ourselves this guy now. So I already apparently have all of this auto crafting, so I just need to make myself an energy condenser. I'm actually going to make two of these since I need one for endstone as well. So there we go. And I actually want to upgrade these guys here to Mark II. Can I automate all this? No, I need to make myself, I can automate that. But I need to make myself some red matter. So if we grab out our philosopher's stone, like so, and make ourselves a bunch of coal. Actually, wait, no, I think all the special coal here, actually I think it's called fuel, can actually be EMC'd. Yeah, so this guy here can be EMC'd. So if we just put down an energy condenser and put this up here, and then we just fill it with like resources. And I think the best resource we have access to is gold, since we have so much of it. The other thing we could have used is coal, but I think gold is better. Put that in here and it'll slowly start condensing it all. And I don't know if this acceleration wand will make this go quicker. Oh yeah, it definitely does. Perfect. So now we can turn this here into dark matter. So put all that away in there. Plenty of dark matter, and then upgrade this dark matter here into red matter. And that makes only 6 of it, but that's enough to make ourselves 1 meta matter block. Okay, I need a lot more than that. All right, there we go. More than enough now. We have 15 blocks of it. Right, so now we can upgrade the energy condenser here into a Mark II. And the reason we want a Mark II is because, well, it's better. We're seriously just 4 fuel short. Okay, let me just grab out. Apparently netherite is actually better for EMC. But yeah. All right, put that in here and we should be able to make the rest of the antimatter now. Still missing 2? Okay, we need a lot more then. I thought that's all we needed. Okay, if this is not enough now, then I don't know what is. There we go. Right, so the Mark II, I just made another condenser by accident. You know what, it's fine, because we actually will need this later on for making other stuff, so this will be fine. We'll just put it down over here. What I want to do now is actually remove all of these exporters, and then we're going to grab out some pipe. Connect the pipe onto the back right here, and then disconnect these 2 here. Then, I should be able to put the condensers right here, and here, and then we'll just tell it to extract on top. And we might need to filter it to only extract out the material that it needs, which is endstone and netherrack. There we go. And pretty much now we just need to go under it here and just tell it to export out gold so it makes it. So we want to condense netherrack in here and endstone in here. And then we just want it to export out gold. So gold and just give us some acceleration upgrades. Okay, as you can see now, it is making a ton of netherrack and all that. So that's all going in here, being crushed up and then sieved. And each one of these guys here already have Fortune 8 on it. So it's perfect. Because we need over like 4 million nether scrap to make all 18 stars. So yeah, this is why we need all this set up here. Similar to what we needed for the emeralds, which we have more than enough emeralds now. But yeah, so that's perfect. We just need to leave this run then. And hopefully, yep, as you can see, it is filling up with enough. Is it actually transferring it far enough? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Right, yeah, we can just leave that here now and not have to worry about it. Cool. Right, now we can move on to our magic. This guy here has been making me a lot more source gems, which I'm pretty sure that's more than enough than we need now. So we can actually take this back and... oh, my inventory is way too full now. And I want to put the Incubation Chamber over here because there is something we need to make this wither glyph. We need this abjuration essence. And abjuration essence is made in the Incubation Chamber when it's a source gem is surrounded by a fermented spider rice sugar and a bucket of milk. So if we look up milk, we should have plenty of milk. We will have to set up more milk production later on because we are actually struggling with power. I do want to actually set up, and I said I wasn't going to do it, but we are going to be setting up ourselves the mycelial reactors. They're going to produce 25 million RF each, and I'm going to set up 2 of them over by our portal area behind our mob farm. So yeah, we're going to do that now to start next episode because we're only down to 700 billion FE, which is nowhere near enough. And since our reactor over there is not running 24/7, yeah, we're not producing enough power to handle everything. And we are exporting out 1 million, and we're just importing 200k from our gas burners. So yeah, we need a lot more. Right, I just realized now we actually need to automate this because I need 18 of these things here. So the easiest way to do it is just by putting ourselves item pipes like this. Tell this guy here to extract and just say only source gems. So you're going to extract out the source gems, going to put the source gems in there, and then it's going to craft an abjuration essence, which will take a bit of time because there's no source over here. So we need to get source over here first. How do we do that? Relays. So we need some jars. Give me out some source jars. I need more archwood planks. And actually, since I want to follow the quest book just a tiny bit, so I do want to take out all these ingredients here. I need to make myself a spell book. That should complete those quests for me. I'm also going to need now a scribe's table and some relays. Now, the relays are made like this, so I need probably 3 of these guys, so more source gem blocks. So those, and to make them into a splitter, you need to surround with 4 lapis and 4 quartz. So what I want to do then is grab myself out another source jar. 2 source jars, actually. I'm going to put one right here and the other one over here. Okay, so I'm going to have 1 source relay right here. And I also need to make myself a domination one, but I'm also going to put this guy right here. Okay, and now we need to make ourselves a splitter. So this is where the quartz and the lapis come in. So quartz go on the pedestals, lapis go on the pedestals, and then this guy here in the center. Next up, we need a domination one. Domination one is gold, 2 gems, and a stick. There we go, so that's that done. So gold, 2 gems, and a stick. And what we can do then is put the splitter right here. We have our 1 now, so we want to say this splitter is going to take from this jar. So you select what it wants to take from. And now we need to send it to this jar. So that's going to send the source from this jar into this. We need to tell this splitter here to take from this jar and then send it to all of these jars. Probably doesn't need all of them, but just why not? We need especially this jar here filled, because now we're going to say this jar is going to provide it to this splitter, and this splitter or relay is going to send to this jar. And that's how this guy here is going to get all of the essence. So you can see it hasn't made an abjuration essence yet. Next, we're going to put our scribe's table right here. And then we're going to pretty much tell it, this is the spell we need. So to make yourself your glyphs now, you no longer have a glyph press. You need to right click the scribe's table with your book. And this is all the glyphs you can make. So we want to make ourselves a wither glyph. So we want to select it. And you can see it tells you the ingredients you need. Abjuration essence, 3 wither skeleton skulls. Select. And now I need to throw these ingredients onto the table. So there's actually an easier way to do it. If we just grab out a chest here, we can actually just put down a chest and fill it with wither skulls. So we just grab out 3 stacks of skulls, put this chest right here, put the skulls inside, and the thing will take from the nearby inventories that have the required items. And this guy now has made an abjuration essence. As you can see now, it's actually just pulled it across, which isn't exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to have to wait till it makes another one. And then I can filter it to go into this chest then so we can make quite a bit of it. But in the meantime, I have to wait for this thing here to provide this jar and fill it all the way across. So while that's doing that, as you can see, we made our wither glyph now. I'm going to put that away. Let's start with occultism since that's what we need next. So for occultism, the book has changed quite a bit. So it tells you everything about, and every time you click on one of these things, it tells you a new thing. As you can see, it unlocks new stuff. You got your wand here. Candles, we need to make tallow, which you get by a butcher's knife on animals. So we need to kill a sheep or a cow or pigs. I just bred the animals over there. So we have a few cows and sheep, so we can butcher them and get some tallow. Make ourselves 4 candles, because before we can actually make ourselves our, the gem, I think it's in the Dragon Soul. I should probably bookmark it. We need higher binding. Now, higher binding, if we can find it in this book, which is under rituals, go to sacrifices, unlock that. It's all over the place. It's hard to... It's the pentacles. Okay, there we go. It's under binding rituals, which is this one here. So soul gems is made like this with higher binding. If we click in here, this is the actual one we need. So you can see it has gold, white, and purple chalk. Now, the purple chalk requires crushed endstone from occultism, meaning we need to get summon ourselves a crusher spirit first. So if we head back to here and look for a crushing spirit, which I think this thing tells you how to do it first. So you go into binding books, go into here, rituals, chalk, ritual sacrifice bowls, and then it tells you your first ritual, which should be summoning ourselves a crushing spirit. Yeah, so Folia Crusher, which is this guy here. So we need to do this ritual here, which of course doesn't seem to show us anything, so that's annoying. But anyway, you can see this is what I need to build in here to make ourselves a summoning ritual. So I need to go over get the tallow. So Butcher's Knife, which is made like this. Let's head over here to our sheep and cows. Let's just kill one sheep, and we got 2 tallow. We need a bit more. So I don't... Actually, some of it might got picked up in there. Do we have any tallow? Okay, yeah, we have enough tallow now, so we don't need to kill any more animals. Using this tallow now, we can use it with a bit of string to make ourselves our candles. So 4 candles done. And now we need to make ourselves a spirit fire. So we need some demon dream seeds. We're going to plant this over here instead of the essence, or like the mage bloom. So we're just going to grow this a bit until we made ourselves a few of these guys now, because we're going to need to eat a couple of these as well. So just grow as many as we can for a bit. That should be more than enough, because what we need to do is make ourselves a little fire. So in the center block right here should be okay. Yep, flint and steel. Throw the dream seed on the ground and light it on fire, and you make yourselves a spirit fire. Now what we need to do is make andesite. Andesite is EMCable, so we're just going to make ourselves one of it and go over down to our condenser and make a few stacks of it. Yep, the entire thing is full, and it still has a lot more to make. So what we need to do is throw this over here into the fire. I don't know if... Yeah, so okay, as you can see, it turned into other stone, so I just need to throw all of this out of my inventory here. There we go, and I need to smelt some of it as well. So I'm just going to throw a couple stacks in the furnace, come back over here now, and now we need to actually throw some saplings in here. Is this actually center of the path? Oh my god, I'm 1 block off. Okay, I'll move it in a moment. Oak saplings in, and that should make us special oak saplings. And if we grab out some dirt then as well, and grow these saplings... When we grow them, they're going to look like regular oak saplings, but you can see the tag at the top says it's from Occultism. And if you were to harvest these logs as they are right now, you'll just get back oak logs. You won't get anything. So what we need to do is grab out that dream fruit we had. And now we need to eat this. And boom, everything kind of goes all weird and weird. But you can see this is changed wood now. So if we harvest it, now you can see we got otherworld wood. And we can turn it into nothing. But we also, I think, get back a few saplings, which we can throw back in the spirit fire. What I want to do now is throw half of this in here, and we'll get ourselves otherworldly ashes. This is how we make our chalks. So since we need 3 different chalks, we're going to have to make ourselves 3 impure, and the burnt other stone comes from the furnace. So we need 3 impure chalks. And then what we need to do is make ourselves a gold chalk, which requires any kind of gold dust. So there's our impure gold, but of course the purple required the crushed endstone. And we'll just make the obsidian now while we're waiting. So what we can do is throw these 2 in here, and it'll make us our fully golden chalks. Remove this dirt, and now we need to make this ritual, which is going to take me a moment to do because I can't seem to show the multi-block view. So yeah, this is going to be fun to put down. Alright, so that's the chalk layout, and now we just need to make ourselves some sacrificial bowls. So we need, how many of these guys? Probably about 4, 5. Actually, I'm just going to make a load of them, and then I just need to make myself 1 golden sacrificial bowl. That goes in the center, and since I think for the crushing spirit, if we have a look in here again, the crushing spirit, if we, can we go back a page? No, I think it's summoning rituals, and then, yeah, crusher here. So you can see these are the ingredients we're going to need. We need a raw silver, a raw iron, a raw gold, a raw copper. So 4 ingredients and a binding book. So we only need to put down 4 of these things here. Right, so the binding book, if we look at binding book is going to require some book and quills. So we need to make ourselves a couple of these. And actually, I'm really low on ink sac, so I might have to go find some squids in the Twilight. I think they spawn in the rivers. If not, I'm going to have to go find something else or transmutate some mobs until I get a squid and then make a spawner out of them by getting an egg. But we just need a binding book of folia, but we need purified ink, which is just thrown black dye in the fire. Like so. Right, there we go. And now we just need the binding book. So binding book of folia, and then we just combine it with our spirit book to make the actual bound book. And now we just need to grab out the raw stuff. So onto the sacrificial bowls they go. And then we just need to get ourselves a binding book, put it in there, and off it goes. Now this ritual is very slow, so we're just going to speed up. There we go, and now we have ourselves our little crusher spirit. So, we could pick him up with a mob imprisonment tool, I think, but we just need to give it some endstone. So, there you go. And you can hear it. It is slowly crushing it up for me. But there you go, now we have our crushed endstone, which now we can make ourselves our purple chalk. Perfect! Now, let's just pick him up. So you're coming with me, and we'll just throw you in the system. Perfect. Right, now what we need to do is make our other ritual, which is this one. So we need to make this one here. Now you can see it also requires these like purple crystals. They're spirit crystals, which I believe is just throwing diamonds into the spirit fire. There we go, spirit attuned gems, and then I think it's just a 2x2 recipe to make ourselves our spirit attuned crystals, which is just, we need 4 of them. Perfect. Now we need to build this ritual. So yeah, let's do that. Right, there we go. So that should be the thing now. All we have to do is put down our sacrificial bowls, and we need a couple of items for this one. So I think we need 8 in total. So we're just going to fill in the empty spots here around the crystals. And there we go. That should be the actual thing now for the crystals now. So we can put away all the chalk. This is the chalk brush just to remove the chalk. It's easier than trying to break it by hand. So now what we can do is grab all the ingredients we need. So 4 soul sand, a copper, a silver, a gold, and a diamond. And we also need this binding book. Okay, so soul sand down. We got ourselves a diamond, a silver, a gold, and a copper. I think this was right, isn't it? Yep. And now we just put this in here, and it's not set up. Did I mess something up here? Okay, I figured out what was wrong. I forgot to bind the book. There we go. And like you can see, this is very slow, so done. There we go, empty soul gem. Perfect. I did not mean to hit reload shaders, but whatever. So now that we've done that, we can pretty much go get ourselves the other stuff we need now. What was the other things I was going to say? Oh yeah, create. But before we do that, let's go get ourselves a dragon, since that's probably the most thing we need. So we need a data module. Right click on an entity to bind it. There we go. And we only need 1 of them. So let's go resummon ourselves the Ender Dragon, and then we can kill him in like 6 times to fill this guy, and then we can throw him inside the simulation chamber. Here we are in the end. So summon the dragon is by putting the crystals on the 4 sides of the center portal, and boom. Now when he spawns, we just need to right click him with this. All right, final crystal made, and we just need to turn our jetpack. Whoa, I didn't know they exploded. Right, now we just need to wait for the dragon to come down. All right, he's finally coming in for landing. It took forever for him to come down. All right, so once he gets down here, we just need to right click him with this. There we go, got the dragon, and all we need to do now is grab out ourselves our deep mob learner, I think. Put him in here. And now, as you can see, oh, we only have to kill him twice. Okay, that's perfect. Get back here. There we go. So we just need to summon him 1 more time, and we should be done. Oh, and apparently we get back the egg as well after we summon him. Cool. And there we go. So now he's basic, but it says we can kill him 4 more times, but we can pretty much just throw it in the mob learner, and over time it will generate. Damn, you are loud when you die. Another thing I also want to get from the end, but we won't do it today, is a lot more of these dragon scales, because we're going to need a good few of them for making ourselves our dragon soul, because we need golden ones, and then we need a lot more for the actual eggs, so go away. But yeah, we'll leave that there. Now what we can do is take this out of here, and one of them that didn't have anything before, we can stick that in here. Now you can see it'll start getting prediction matrices, and it will take some time, but we can just sit here and speed it up. So you can see now it's generating end dragon essence and generalized end essence. So we can put the prediction matrices in here and that in there. That'll go down into the loot fabricator, and we already are making eggs from our farm, so we just want to make the dragon's breath. And there we go, and that will get imported out into the system. Right, so the last thing I want to do now is get create set up. So if we can get create done now, this would be perfect. Now, but we won't have time. Well, we might try. We might try and get ourselves the actual like framework for the star built, but what we need now is a motor. That's going to require mechanical crafters first. So we need some sandpaper, and the sandpaper we're going to make is out of diamonds. So we just grab out some paper. I think it's just paper and some crushed diamonds. There we go. That makes diamond grit sandpaper. And then we need the rose quartz that we've been generating for a while. And then we just need to put this in our offhand, hold this, and then just sand it down. And we need a good few of these rose quartz, polished rose quartz to make ourselves our crafters because we need electron tubes. But as you can see, this is a very, very slow process. So what we're going to do is automate that now in a moment. So we can put these away. And now we can use this to make ourselves some crafters. But we need electron tubes. So there we go. Use that now to make ourselves mechanical crafters, which we need a bunch more crafting tables. There you go. Perfect. So the motor is 3, 4, 3, 1. So a shape like this. And now we need to power it, which we're just going to use some water wheels. So we're going to use some andesite alloy. So then we can make ourselves some shafts, bunch of shafts, and then we're going to use some planks. Planks are going to make us our cog wheels. And then we just need to make it double that so we can make ourselves some large cog wheels. And then we need to make some slabs. So any kind of wood will work. And then we just need to surround the large cog wheels like that. We only need 2 of them to make this thing work, so we should be fine with just that. And we can put away the rest of this andesite alloy and we can hold away those shafts. Now what I need to do is just grab out some building blocks just to encase some water. But pretty much then we're going to have is a water wheel about here, I'd say. So 2 water wheels, actually come back 1. And then we just need to surround it. Yeah, that'll do. And then we need to break that there and then just run out 2 cog wheels so that it connects to this guy here. Now we just need some water. So 1 bucket of water, 2 buckets of water. That should have enough stress to move this thing. Perfect. So for the motor, we need a capacitor, which is a zinc plate. Okay, so we don't have zinc plates. I'm going to have to go make some. Just throw it on the multi-servo press. It should be fine. And then after that, we're going to need, I think, brass plates and I think some copper spools. Copper spools is copper wire, which is more copper plates as well. So copper plates, we need to crush up some of those as well. Or flatten them, not crush. Make ourselves some engineers, cutting wire cutters, and then we just grab out the copper plates now that we're making. So copper plates, wire cutters, copper wire. There we go. And all we need now is brass. Right, so I'm pretty sure it is a capacitor and then a brass plate, I think, go on the outside like this. And it's an alloy in the top. Spools, I think, just go here, here, and here. And then I think it's an iron rod in the middle. Yep, that looks about right. Now we just need to wait for it to craft. While it's doing that, let me go ahead and craft the other ingredients we're going to need. We're going to need gearboxes, deployers, belts, and a lot more stuff. So, yeah. Actually, that was a lot quicker than I thought. So there we go, motor, and that's going to replace the water wheels. Right, so the way I want to set this up now. So what I want to do is get some gearboxes and turn them into vertical gearboxes. I'm going to put 1 vertical gearbox here. I'm actually going to make this a little bit longer than normal. And I'm going to put a shaft right here, here, and extend this out. Then what I want to do is get a mechanical belt, which is just gotten by putting kelp together. And you get kelp by just smelting, or dried kelp by smelting kelp. And you can buy this in the market if you want. It's just an emerald. But I want the belt like that, and then I want to raise this up by 2, and then I want to put a gearbox, I think, yeah, I want 2 vertical gearboxes on this thing as well, because the way I want to put this down is kind of weird, but if I just grab out some andesite alloy, I want to get 3 depots then, and grab and put these down here. So that's going to go on top of that and space these out. Oh, did I make this? Oh, I made this one too long. There we go. And the other thing I want then is some brass funnels. So funnel, we're going to need a couple of them. And then what I want to do is grab myself an ender chest. The ender chest is going to go on the end of the line here, and that's going to accept everything that these guys here are going to be dropping off. And I just need to right click these guys. You can see little arrows pointing up. I just need to rotate them. There we go. So what I can do then is I'm just going to put a block right on top of these guys just so I can put the deployer down. So the deployer is going to go like that. And I can do that with the rest of them then. I can rotate that guy, that's fine. So just rotate you that way and then point down. There we go. And then what I want to do is, I can't remember if it was a vertical gearbox. I think it's a vertical gearbox on the back of each one. Because I won't be able to run it from this box to this box because it won't be able to point into this guy. So that's why I needed to do it this way. 1 more vertical gearbox is going to go like that, but we're going to rotate it so it points out that way. And then we're going to have a vertical gearbox here and here. Rotate them so they point into the center point there. Then we can just stick some shafts here and here, and then we can stick our motor right there, and that should power everything. So electric motor on top. No, I want you to face down the way. There you go. I just need some cable and a point. So cable's going to go there, point's going to go there to set our network. So sky power, and we should probably go check on our power. It's been a minute. Okay, yeah, we're down to 660 billion. You can see we're dropping very quickly. This was over 750,000 when I started recording. But yeah, you can see this thing is going very slow, and it is in the right direction, but we can max out the speed on this guy I don't think an electric motor is capable of running crushing wheels or a mechanical crafter. So for the actual star, we're going to make ourselves some rotational speed complexes or precision mechanisms, speed controllers, and we're going to use a windmill on the back of it to power it. So this is pretty much ready now. All we have to do is just grab out our sandpaper. I just remembered we're actually going to need some filters then as well. So we're just going to grab out 3 filters, and then we need to set these up now. So I'm just going to separate the 3 of them. So one of them are going to be brass casing, another one's going to be andesite casing, and the last one's going to be polished rose quartz. Like so. So rose quartz in here, we'll say andesite is going to go in this one, and brass will go in here. And then if I wanted to, I could just grab out a pipe and some chests. So pipe there, chest, and then I can just tell the thing to extract. And the only thing that's going to be put in here then is the brass and the andesite case and the andesite alloy. They go in there. I can put everything here away, and diamond sandpaper is going to be put in this hand here, because then if we grab out some rose quartz, which we're going to need quite a bit of it, but if I just put it there, you can see it sands it, pulls it out, and puts it into the system. That's all the brass we have, so that'll do. And you can see this thing is finished. Look how fast that was. It did a whole stack instantly, whereas it took me like 2 minutes just to get like 18 of them or something. I can't remember how many I got. That's all the alloy I can make. We're not going to need that much, but yeah, there we go. And if I put some strip logs on this thing, I could automate it if I wanted to. I can use a mechanical saw system, but we don't need it right now. But I can put that in there, and as you can see, we're making all our casings. Perfect. So I actually have a lot more time than I thought. So we're actually going to go ahead and actually set up the crushing wheels now as well. But before that, quickly, there is one little thing I want to do. This soul extractor here, I need to make this guy. Oh, wait, what's that missing? Eldwood planks, which comes from this. Okay, how do I make this now? Okay, apparently, yeah, because this wood is found in the dark forest, but apparently since we haven't got access to it, you can make yourself or buy a growing Eldwood sapling and then plant it and then just grow it and then harvest it. Get out of here, you. Yeah, they're not that tall, as you can see. They're very short, but... Oh, you actually grew quite big. But it's these branches is we're going to need. It looks like they just fall off by doing this. Perfect. And I don't think we need any more than that. And I'm pretty sure you turn these now into planks. Perfect. Can you turn you into plank? Yes, you can. And there we go. Now we can finish making our soul extractor. And pretty much what this is going to do, if we grab out some soul sand here, and we only need 18 of it, so we only need 18 souls. But if we just put down a little bit of it here, we can use the soul extractor to take out souls, as you can see. And then it turns it into soulless sand. Last one now. There we go. We have all 18 and we don't need any more. So yeah, I just wanted to do that quickly. So we're really close now to having everything we need for the star. Yeah, because we need the dark souls, which are needed for the dragon souls. So yeah. So back in create now. Let's grab out ourselves more mechanical crafters. And now what we need to do is make ourselves crushing wheels. I need 4. I need to do it twice, so I need 4 crushing wheels. The crushing wheels is 3, and then it comes out this way, and then up 3 on the side again. So I'm just going to point them all the way down like this, and then point them in the way, because the arrow points the direction you place it. And there we go. So this is the shape we need for the crushing wheel. The only thing I need to do is rotate the 2 bottom ones, so they point into the center. Now how you make this now is you grab yourselves out a plank. So we'll just grab out some dark oak. We're going to need some andesite alloy, so I might need to actually take out a stack out of this guy. You put andesite alloy all around the edges. I think then you put wood in the 4 sides here, and then a piece of stone in the center. Now, of course, we don't have rotational power at the moment, so what we need to do is add back our water wheels. Okay, it seems because of how big this thing is here, I need 3 water wheels. There we go, now the thing is running, and now you can see it starting to craft. And now we need to do this twice. There's number 1, and now to do number 2. Right, there we go. Now we can get rid of this thing here since we don't need it anymore. We will have to set up a different crushing method, but I'm planning on using a windmill for that. Perfect. So the way I want to do this now, let's grab out ourselves some more casing just so we can build with, and we'll do it here. So the way I'm thinking of, here's the center. So the crushing wheels are going to have to go right here and here. And I want to encase them properly. So they're just going to be built around like this. And leave 1 gap in the middle there so we can input the items. So it's going to be built like this, and then on the top we're going to have a chute or a hopper with a chest importing in the ingredients we need, which is going to be terracotta, since this guy here is going to be making red sand, and then this guy over here was making something else. I can't remember. I literally cannot think of what it was, and I've looked through the whole list of everything that needs a crushing wheels, and I cannot find what the other thing was. I know I needed the crushing wheel for something else other than terracotta, but I can't find it. I'm still going to set it up just in case. If all else, I'll just duplicate the same thing. So we'll just both of them will be making red sand. All right, there we go. So pretty much the way this is going to work now is we're going to grab ourselves a chute. I hope a chute works. If not, we're just going to have to go with the pipes. But I think a chute should work. So a chute is going to go there and there. Oh, hello. Get out of here. I should probably put down a no soliciting sign, because I do not need any more wandering traders. And I have a spawn egg, so I really could just spawn one in if I need them. I have no idea if items from a chest just go straight through the chute, if this thing works like a hopper. I guess we'll find out once we get this thing moving. And to get this thing moving, like I said, we're going to use Windmill. So just move the 2 blocks back here so I have access to the crushing wheels. Then what I need to do is grab out a load of blocks, and then I'm going to run a small Windmill. I don't need a big, massive one. We're just going to build a tiny one here. So Windmill. So 2 windmill bearings, because we're going to need one for over there too. I'm going to put down, let's say, actually we might get away with just a thing here, but I'm just going to put it on this block right here. Okay, and then we're going to grab out some radial chassis and some windmill sails. The excess ones can be used for this guy here. So we're just going to build this up like 2, and then we're just going to stick these on the side. I don't know if it needs slime to stick it together. I'm just going to do it just in case. So windmill's going to go on like this, and we're just going to build it up like that. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. There we go. And we should be able to just right-click this guy now, and off he goes. And this is going to be extremely slow now that I think about it. Yeah, how can we speed this up? I'm going to have to make a rotational speed controller. Okay, I have no other choice, but okay. So what I'm going to do is this guy should only pull off what it needs. So what I'm going to do is make a precision mechanism. And we're going to make 3 of them, because we're going to need 1 for each water crushing wheel and 1 for the actual ATM Star crafting. So precision mechanism is a gold plate with 5 cogwheels, 5 large cogwheels, and 5 iron nuggets, but you have to add them on 1 by 1 5 times. So if I grab out a gold plate, so 3 gold plates, there we go, and then cogwheels and some iron nuggets, pretty much like that. So we're going to put the gold plates here, and then what we're going to do is have cogwheels. So we're just going to do it 1 at a time. So I think it might do 3. Yep, and then we just need to keep adding it on each time. So now we need 3 of these. No? Or maybe it'll only do 1 at a time. Okay, yeah, so you can see it's only doing 1 at a time, which is a bit weird, but it has to be done this way. Right, there we got 3 precision mechanisms. Right, so what we need to do is upgrade these guys here into rotational speed controllers. So I need 3 of those. Now, this is where we're going to have to figure out exactly how to connect this together, because this guy is going to have a large cogwheel. Right, so I think what I'll do is I'll stick the speed controller here. Large cogwheel is going to go there. I'm going to get myself a gearbox and a shaft. So what I should be able to do is put the gearbox there and put the shaft right here. And then if I activate it, it should start rotating. Okay. And then what I can do is increase the speed. As you can see, this thing is flying like crazy, but this guy here is moving very, very slowly. So I'm just going to rotate the speed back down for a moment. And then what I need to do is try and hook that speed into here. Now, I could do that 2 ways. We can have ourselves a gearbox. So if I stick a gearbox here and here, they should be running opposite ways, so it should be fine. So I could do this, and then that's rotating. As you can see, it is going the wrong direction. But I can fix that now in a moment. So connect you up like that as well, and off you go. So you can see they're both rotating the wrong way. But if I go to the speed controller and make it minus, it'll rotate it the other way. Now, of course, it stresses out. So if I just increase it till it stops. Okay, it seems like 64 might be the highest. Yeah, 64 is the max it can go. So you can see it is now rotating the right direction. So I need to mimic this now on the opposite side. But pretty much now what will happen, if I grab out some terracotta, and let's see if this works now. So if I put this in here, does it come out with the chute? It does, and that should start making red sand. I think it does a whole stack at once. If that's the case, that's good. Oh, it does 16 at a time. So I guess this guy here can only extract out 16 at a time. So what I can do then is another chute and a chest. And that's going to go down into here. And I'm going to have an importer from Applied Logistics go here, because I still have to set up automation for the water spout. So I'm going to put a chest right there, a chute on top, and then I'm just going to filter my magnet to stop picking up this red sand. But anyway, that should go in here. So if I chuck this here, it'll go into the chest, and then I can import that in. So let me do that on the other side here. Okay, so the same is done on the other side now. So all I'm doing now is hooking up the importers and the exporters so we can start exporting out the terracotta. Seems I'm out of cable now. And the only thing I need to do is actually start making all the clay to turn into terracotta, because at the moment we don't actually have any. And the method I was making clay before is gone, but we can actually EMC clay balls, which is good. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up a condenser and export out some... Oh yeah, I never actually filtered my magnet. Hang on. There we go. Perfect. So this thing should be fully working now. So we're pretty much exporting out terracotta, which is going into here, and the same over here. And it seems to have evenly split it, and it's getting collected and getting imported into the system. And then over time, we'll be able to increase that or compress all that into our seed, our dimensional seed. So we're actually very close. We might actually even be able to make the ATM Star next episode. We'll see. The last thing I want to do now is get myself my actual water spout automation going. So what I need to do now is grab out a pattern provider, and the pattern provider is going to go there. I'm going to grab out a chest. Actually, I'm going to lower this down by a block. Pattern provider is going to go here. Chest is going to go there, and then I'm going to grab out a pipe. I need another depot, so we're just going to grab out one of those. I don't have any andesite alloy left over, so I'm just going to rob another stack from there. So a depot, and what I'm actually going to do as well then is grab an importer, and if I come down under it here, and I'm going to put a cable there, and then I think actually, I'm going to put that block there, and then put that there, grab another cable. If I put an importer there, connect this here. This is connected over there, right? What the heck? What the? Oh my god, they were loud. Get out of here, phantoms. Right, so pretty much done with this guy. Is he online? He is. All we need to do now is a fluid cell, and just make sure water's in here and accelerate. Perfect. And then I need pipes. All right, I have the pipes on me. Where did my pipe wrench go? It's in my bag, is it? Yeah, it is. Oh, I have all the stuff in here. Ah, that's why. So you're going to go like that. You're going to accelerate, or not accelerate, extract. Fluid cell, this one here. And you are going to add, and you're going to extract fluid cells. Perfect. The only thing left to do now is grab out an ender tank and dye it blue for water. Grab out a spout, which is going to have some stripped logs and copper, because we need a copper casing. We don't need that much of it. So copper casing, done. And now we look up spout, this guy right here, and we just need to fill you with water. So we're just going to have a block gap, and we're just going to put a spout right here. This guy doesn't need any rotation power, which is great. And what we can do then is put this on the back right here, grab out some blue dye you blue, which should have water. Right click that to extract, which should fill the spout. And now if we go over here and make a pattern, one fluid cell, one empty fluid cell, makes that. And then we can stick this in the pattern provider over here. And now if we look up fluid cells, and I don't know how many fluid cells are we going to need. Since we need 18 nukes, which is what's going to require it, we are missing... Oh, because we can craft it now, it won't tell us. We're going to need over 600 of them. No, okay, we're actually going to need a lot more than that. So I'm just going to set up like another 500 to craft. So take out all those and just craft me another like... You know what? 300 should be more than enough. And if you can see here, it is pouring it out. And this guy here should be extracting out the full one. That's pretty much all I needed there. So I'm just going to grab out the casing just to encase this guy, just to make it look somewhat neat. So just going to leave it like that. And what I can do actually is do this and clean up this area, which is nice. So then I can actually build this up like that. So it actually looks like it's being supported. So yeah, that's cool. And then I can do the same over in the back right here. I can actually cover up these cogwheels so they're not showing, and I can cover the shaft. Perfect. And now everything here is pretty much covered and everything is perfect. Last but not least, all that's to do is to build ourselves our ATM Star thing, and then we'll set up the rotation power for it, maybe to start next episode after we've done our mycelial reactors. So I guess we'll probably put it almost in the middle back right here. So we should have plenty of room at the back here, because we do need to set up XNet to actually put all of the right items in the right slots for this ATM Star now as well. So for the ATM Star, we're going to need 55 mechanical crafters, and we only have 39. So more electron tubes. How many can we make here? 54, 57. Okay, that's fine. And the center is right here. Yep. And let's have a look now. This might take a second to build. So it looks like it's a 3-block gap, and then it's 3 on each side, and then it kind of goes up, and then... All right, this shouldn't be too difficult to build. Right, there's the star shape. That was really confusing to build for some reason. I had a screenshot on the other screen, and I still even messed up. But hopefully it's working now. So I just need to rotate all these guys, probably to the center one here. I actually don't know exactly where to put it. Because we need a point where it's going to export out. I guess the middle will do here. We'll build a casing up around it for it to be collected or something. Or actually, maybe even when it's finished, we might be able to pull it out of this slot and then do everything else. But yeah, give me a second to rotate all these guys into the right position. Okay, I think everything here is linked up correctly. Oh, and all the fluid cells are done. Perfect. So I think that's pretty much it. We haven't got time right now, but what I'll do now before next episode is I will decorate the area, build up some frame around it. I probably will like build some brass casing up around it or something, or maybe some logs or something like that, the strip logs, just to add some like different colors in the area. But yeah, then next episode what we'll do is we'll make ourselves our mycelium reactor, get ourselves our rest of our antimatter, which we're still missing if we are going to make the ATM Star now next episode. We nearly can. But yeah, and oh yeah, we need the clay production. Can I do that right now? It might be a bit of a push on time, but we'll try. This guy is still full of andesite. We're just going to remove that now. Energy condenser. We might be actually just do it like this and just import it into the system. So if I grab a furnace. So if I put a furnace here with 2 import buses on it, go in here and say output the top and output out the back. This guy is going to be turned into a factory, so I'll give him a point underneath. But pretty much then we're going to have is an energy condenser, which is going to be upgraded into a Mark II. There we go. Then we're going to put the condenser right here. And then we're going to get a flux compactor. Grab out a chest. We're going to put a chest right here, a flux compactor on top. We're going to grab out an exporter. And we're going to stick the exporter on the back of the condenser here. Grab out some gold. And we actually do it on scrap. Wow. Okay, we've got a lot of scrap. Didn't we only have like 230k? We're over 800k now. Wow. We're going to have all the scrap now. Perfect. Cable. Hopefully there's enough lanes on this thing here. We're just going to connect that there. And then we're just going to run it up to this guy here. There we go. Just going to give you acceleration upgrades. You are going to have clay. Hang on. So clay. That's going to be condensing clay. Pipe, and you are going to be extracting out the clay. Perfect. Now I just need power and upgrades. So power, upgrade. Oh, I don't shift right click. I actually have to move one of the importers from the side to the side from the top, just because of the way I'm going to be hooking up the power here. So just give me out a point. We should be able to just put this right here, give it some power, sky in, and this guy should be dumping out clay blocks, hopefully. Oh, wait, does this not make clay blocks? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Damn it, we're going to need a multi-servo press packing thing. Give me a second. Never mind, I forgot the compacting drawer exists. So we can actually just put all of this in here and then just have a pipe with a filter on it. Okay, I don't know if it's just going so fast or the thing's not even extracting. You see, it's extracting out a tiny bit. But terracotta. Okay, so it is building up in the system. That's good. Okay, perfect. Yep, and these guys here are crushing again. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget that like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell while you're at it then as well. So without any further ado, goodbye.